Hi Million Pound Homes, I'm Phoebe. Come on in. We have the office here. This is actually a space that we designed for Jordan predominantly. He wanted it to feel cozy, have somewhere to showcase all of his kind of achievements. So he's got his little vans here that he got from his old van business. This one's missing the wind mirrors because kids used to come into his office and like peel them off, which he's always really annoyed about. This is an award that he won for another house that he did that's actually featured on Million Pound Homes, so you know, second one. He likes to read a lot. He reads lots of like inspiration books about business. Out here, we're coming through, so when I was designing this hallway, I wanted it to feel like an art gallery. I wanted it to have no plug sockets, really minimal lighting, really clean, sort of directing your eyes straight towards this window at the end that's got this amazing Acer tree outside of it. We only have obviously one piece of art in here at the moment, which is this incredible piece of art that kind of depicts me and Jordan, because we're always up for having a good time. We found this piece actually in Cannes when we were on holiday, and we literally walked past the shop and saw it and thought we just have to have it. When we were putting it up, the builders were there and they hung it up for me, and then they were just stood in front of it and I was like, oh gosh. So yeah, lovely piece of art. Next we have the utility room, and this was probably a big mistake when we were doing the build because it's just not big enough. It's like you can't like swing a cat in here, especially when you've got like loads of washing on. But I absolutely love the design. This is a terracotta floor that we got from Artisan. And it was actually Jordan's brother-in-law, Harry, from Greendown, who made the utility room for us kindly because we were really struggling to have it made like on budget because it kept coming out really expensive. I really always wanted to have one of these, and I'm so glad we finally managed to get one in. So yeah. Oh, also, these lights came from Etsy. They were literally like £50 each, and it was a lady, she just made them on Etsy. They were such good value. I was so happy to find them because it's so hard to find good mid-century lighting. Okay, moving on to the pièce de la résistance, which is this hallway, which has kind of created a lot of headaches because I really wanted to fit this curved staircase in somewhere in our house, but obviously with it being a 200-year-old cottage, it was really hard to do that. And there was so many things that we were trying to do. For example, we were like thinking, are we gonna build it out of concrete? Are we gonna build it out of bricks, wood? So there was loads of debate about how we were gonna actually build it. And then in the end, the builder said, look, I'm gonna build it out of bricks, because everyone basically said that it wasn't possible. And he came and he just built it, and I was so impressed. I was like, Dave, good job you done there. The next thing as well was this curved door. This was something that I had in my mind when I was designing this area, and I just couldn't find anyone to make a curved head door. I was going to like London, trying to get prices. It was like £4,000 or something like that. And I was just like, I can't justify that on a door. And then a local guy in Bristol was like, I'm gonna make it for you. So he made the door and it was on budget. And we have the little bathroom underneath. This room is pretty cool because we actually decided to take the flooring onto the wall in here. So this is trunk flooring, which we've used throughout the whole of the ground floor. I thought, let's just put it on the wall. We saw it done in a hotel before, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. And then this space here was like a little hatch, and again, I didn't know how to fit a sink in, like it was a weird shape. So I went to like a marble fabrication company, and this is meant to be a secret, but they actually had this piece of marble left over from a well-known hotel brand that they'd done, and the guy, I'd seen it in his site, and I was like, I need to have it. He was like, fine, I'll give it to you. So he fabricated this sink out of that piece of marble that he stole from a hotel. Okay, moving to the lounge. So interesting fact about the lounge is this is actually the original house. So this whole room is just the original, what would have been here. So the house obviously was super small when it was first built. And this fireplace here wasn't exposed. It was completely closed over. It had like an old gas fire here. And we hit all of the sort of render off, and you can see behind there's like a charred section of the Cotswold stone behind, and that's where like they used to do all their cooking and everything when this house was, you know, in 200 years ago. So that was quite a nice little piece of history. And this is the original beam up here, and that the second beam was actually fake because they'd taken it out at some point along the line. So we've got another one in, and our painter sort of painted it to look really similar. To the kitchen. So this is part of the new extension of the house. We really wanted like a light, bright, airy space that's going to be great for entertaining. We looked at having maybe bifolds, and then opted for these massive sliding doors. So you can literally just push those back in the summer and have like a real nice connection with the garden. The kitchen itself, we had like loads of quotes to have it built, which were coming out really expensive. And then we ended up finding like a local guy to do it more in our budget, but we still managed to get this amazing honed marble, which is an Arabescata called Chia Extra, which is really nice. And loads of people get put off by marble because it does mark, but it is, you can just get a bit stiff and stiff out, and it is, I think it really makes the kitchen. One of the coolest things about this kitchen was this, we were ummed and ahed about it, but was this floss lighting system. It's an integrated track system, and it's actually amazing because you can take the lights out, they're magnetic, and you can put them back in different positions when it actually works. And then this is the dining table that we had made by Green Down, which is actually a Shepherd Cut company, but I kindly asked them to make me this table. It's a remake of Soho Home, one that I saw, which was like £4,000, and I couldn't justify it. So they made this one for like a couple of grand, so half price. Moving on to my favourite room in the whole entire house. This is the bar. We actually designed this house in lockdown, so a lot of the features and things that we were putting into the house was more featured towards the way the world was going at that time. So there was no pubs open, no bars or anything like that. So we were like, okay, so one of my things, I was like, I'm gonna put a bar in the house. I don't know how long we're gonna be locked in for. Let's just build a bar where we can have our friends over and, you know, entertain, even though you're not meant to. And actually we love this space, we use it all the time. When we have friends over, we're always gravitating towards here, making drinks. And also this little seating area is really nice, like on a little Sunday, have a little cocktail or a glass of wine, just chilling here, love it. Okay, heading upstairs. So again, this staircase is actually been covered in micro cement because we really wanted to have this like rough, quite hard wearing finish on the banister. Again, inspired by like Mykonos and places like that we've been away. And it actually came out really beautifully, like the texture and everything is amazing. And then on the walls, we used a lime wash paint by Bowworks, which we wanted to give like mirror similar texture. So it came out quite well, I think, in the end, but it was a bit of a headache at the time. So coming into the master bedroom. This is our room. We don't actually have curtains yet, so we are exhibitionists. Luckily, we don't really have neighbours. But this room, again, was a bit of a headache. We were going to do like a full oak ceiling, but it was just working out so complicated that we ended up just plastering in between and doing these just oak beams, which we had clad because it was actually a steel construction. But in the end, we were happy with how it came out, but oh God, it was such a big headache. We wanted to feel really cozy in here, so we've gone for like a sort of nice thick pile carpet. And I mean, having a big bed, non-negotiable these days, I suppose. And then got this little ensuite here, which we had this unit, again made by the same marble guy that did the sink downstairs. He's been absolutely amazing. He did these door trims. We saw these in a hotel and we were like, wow, we have to do those. And then moving in. So this again is part of the original second part of the original house. The house has been added on, so the door heights are very, luckily we're not too tall in this family. This is a little dressing area. And this is our guest room. We made the decision to like vault the ceiling in here, which I'm glad we did. And we wanted to go for some Soho house vibes. So we bought a light from Soho Home, and we put this like MDF board on the ceiling, which they use quite a lot in some of their properties. But yeah, it came out quite cute in here. And then the hallway up here, we've got these amazing floss lights, again like the track lights in the kitchen. They're really weird. Like a lot of people are like, okay, they don't really know what to say about them. They look like they could have like aliens inside, but I love them. I think they're so cool. And we have the family bathroom. This has got a nice Lusso bath. And this is actually a Lusso sink, but we altered it. So we had this vanity made to go underneath of it, and just it had like a metal frame because we really wanted something that was like with storage. So again, Greendown made us this, which has come out really nice. And we also used the trunk flooring on the floor, and it was really cool because the builder was like, this pit's really pretty, so he put it there, and it does look really nice. And then we have Cameron's bedroom. So as you can see, he's a big Chelsea fan. So he's got his Chelsea things. To be honest, his room looks a bit bad. It does need some more stuff in, but he doesn't really like a lot of stuff in here. Okay, let me show you the pool area now. So the swimming pool was actually here, and it was built around the 60s. So it was a super old construction, and we actually renovated it completely, which at the time we thought would be a small job, but it was massive because the pool is so deep. It had a diving board, so in hindsight we probably should have made the pool more shallow, but yeah, we've got this super deep pool, so it's cool. This is a great space for when we have friends over, and we got these amazing tiles from Artisan again, and the builders were so angry because they were so big, and obviously they had to get like this special machine to lift them because they were massive and like, yeah, weighed tons. So this is like the smells bit in here, but this is the pump room for the pool, which is quite crazy. Shows the background of it. And then if you come up here, we've got this sneaky little area, which we call the spa area, or the wellness area, you could call it either. And this is great. We always use this when we have friends over. We've got the sauna, which is perfect little space. We come in here quite a bit. And we've also got a little toilet room and a shower as well in here. And then if you come across here, we've got this little mini gym. This room literally never gets used because we're not very good at keeping up on our fitness, but you know, it looks great. Okay, so this garage actually wasn't here, but we had it built by a local framing company. The pro part of this was the fact that we gained this amazing space. God, can't open the door. Up here, which is absolutely ideal for when you have friends coming over. We always put them, we call it the loft room, which was really sweet. We used this amazing oak on the roof, put a little kitchen in here, and just fitted it out again with trunk flooring, which we kind of wanted it to feel quite like White Company-esque. That was kind of the vibe, so just really relaxing, really chilled, just a nice space for friends and family to come over. Especially because now we live in the Cotswolds, you know, it's that extra bit further. If you have friends for dinner and they're having a drink or something, it's nice just to have like a little space so they don't feel like they have to drive home or try and get a taxi, which is impossible from here. Okay, this is Cluckingham Palace. This was actually what we got the most stick from our neighbours for. So when we started building it, they basically said that we were building an Airbnb, and we were like, no guys, seriously, it's just for our chickens. To the point where we actually had to get planning permission for a chicken house, which was just the most ridiculous thing. And the planning committee came out and they looked in, they were like, yeah, I mean, it's one of the bougiest chicken houses I've ever seen, but it's pretty clear that it's a chicken house. So that was an interesting thing that happened. If you come inside, we have our chickens. It's really cute. It's got its own little sink. Here's the sign that says its name, Cluckingham Palace, established in May 21. We've actually got something really cute that's happened recently. So this black chick here was just born. Do you want me to show you some chicks? This door swings back on you. You can see she's just poked her head out. But just recently, we just had some babies born. So they're only like a week old, and they were born just naturally in here. We've got one cockerel. So, and he's actually been in here for 2 years, and he's only just made babies. So, can you go back to mummy? We've got 2 babies in there. And then, so yeah, this was our little passion project. And then we've got our little pygmy goats as well. They're not as friendly, but they'll poke their head around. There's just one there you'll be able to see. Both of them, if you go over the top, you can see them. They're just poking their heads around. Little pygmy goats. They're so funny. We named them after our builders, so they're called Tim, Dave and Johnny. Okay, now we're going to be heading down to the static caravan that we used to live in for 7 months actually while we were doing this build. I've not actually been in here for a year, so I'm curious to see what sort of state it's in. Here she is. She's a beauty. The door is open. So this is the caravan. Not been in here for a year, so it's been a bit abandoned, but it's still here. Jordan actually calls this his lucky caravan because this is where he sold his business, believe it or not. As you can see, we have a lot of alcohol that's still in here because this was tough times. So we needed to drink through it. God, it's so weird being back in here. I don't think there's any electrics, but this was our bedroom. This is what I was talking to you about, how it had no door or anything. It was literally just this bed, and those were our light switches. You can see they're like hanging on a wire. But yeah, this is the creepy caravan. Okay, so this is the reason why we actually bought this property, is these 8 outbuildings that were from World War II. They're actually airmen shelters. And we are going to be developing these. We finally, after 2 years and a lot of money, got our planning permission to be able to develop these into holiday accommodation on this 5-acre site. So we're really excited about starting that. Hi, I'm Phoebe, and these are my top features from Project Castle Combe. The bar, because we like drinking. This marble that we used on the kitchen worktop. The curved door that leads to our downstairs loo. And this fairy Mona Lisa. The curved staircase. The marble architraves. The original house that we managed to keep exposed. The office. The swimming pool. The sauna. And that concludes the tour of Project Castle Combe. We hope you enjoy seeing every element of this build. Thanks for watching.